Hey friends, I'm Laura with The Cozy Tree, where we make cozy goods and share biblical encouragement with others. Welcome to my series, Crochet Basics for Absolute Beginners. This is lesson 2 of the series. Today, we are going to learn how to make a slip knot and how to chain. I'm going to show you step by step, slowly, multiple times so you don't miss it, and then show how it looks when done faster. So let's get started. Keep in mind that we are using US crochet terms throughout this series. Let's start with part 1 of this lesson, the slip knot. This is what a slip knot should look like on your crochet hook. It's the main way to begin a crochet project. It's called a slip knot because if you remove it from your hook and continue to pull, the knot will slip out. The magic is that once you continue your crochet project from here, it won't slip out at all. Now, there are lots of ways to do a slip knot, and you may already know how to do it. I personally have a hard time doing it any other way except the way that I'm going to show you. And that method is called the pretzel method. Not sure if it's really called that, but that's what I call it, because you're going to make the shape of a pretzel with the yarn. So let's start. First, you are going to lay your yarn out like this. And you're going to loop it around. Loop it around. And then you're going to lay the yarn under this loop so that it makes a pretzel shape. Now make sure that this yarn is going under this last loop. Now you're going to take your crochet hook, you're going to go over this loop and under this, and then you're going to pull up and tighten. Make sure that you pull carefully and don't pull it too tight. You want it to still be loose enough to be able to chain. So see how when you pull the yarn on this end, it loosens the knot, and when you pull it on this end, it tightens the knot. Make sure it's not too tight so that you can chain easily from here. So we're going to repeat the slip knot slowly one more time. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to undo it. So once again, we're going to lay our yarn out like this. I'm going to pull this around. Oops. Come on. And then I'm going to lift this and put this yarn under. So it makes kind of a pretzel shape. Sometimes it looks more pretzel-y, sometimes it doesn't. And then I'm going to take my hook, I'm going to go over this, over, and then I'm going to go under here. And then I'm going to very carefully and gently pull, and then pull the right side. So pull this end, not the one attached to the ball of yarn, to tighten it. And I have a really long tail here. Normally I wouldn't have that long of a tail, but I wanted to show it really big for you so that you could see. Now remember, don't make it too tight because you want to be able to chain into this. So I'm gonna kind of make it moderate so it can still slide here and there. Don't make it so tight that you can barely move it. Okay? I'm going to pull it out, and then I'm going to just show you at the speed I usually do it at. Okay, so I'm going to take my yarn, and I just kind of wrap it around. It's okay if it doesn't fully look like a pretzel. And boom, there you go. So that's how you do the slip knot, and now let's move on to part 2 of this lesson, how to chain. The abbreviated US term for chain is CH, so you'll probably see that in a lot of patterns. That's usually the very first step in a crochet pattern. This is what a series of 10 chains looks like. Each chain is considered a single stitch, and I'm going to pull these undone so that we can start from the beginning. So in order to start your chain, you need your slip knot ready on your hook. Make sure the tail of your yarn, which is this end, is on the right side, and your working yarn, the end connected to the ball of yarn, is on the left side. Now this is if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, do it all of it the opposite way. So now we are going to start a chain. Using your left hand, you're going to want to wrap the yarn over the hook like this. I'm going to go around the back and over like that. This is called yarn over. So I'm going to use my finger to kind of hold it still while I hold my tail. And then I'm going to hook the yarn like that and pull it through my slip knot. And that's your first chain. So let's do it again with the next chain. We're going to yarn over. So these first few stitches kind of got to hold on tight so it doesn't get out of control. We're going to yarn over, go behind and over, hook the yarn, and you're going to pull it through the loop that was on your hook. Okay, now you have 2 chains. So I'm going to do it slowly 3 more times. Yarn over, hook that yarn, and pull it through. 3 chains, yarn over, hook the yarn, pull through. 4 chains, yarn over, hook that yarn, and pull through. All right, now we have 5 chains. Now I'm going to do it at the speed that I normally would do for the next 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now it's easy to lose track of how many chains you've done, especially if you're crocheting something really big like a blanket or a sweater. It's nice to count out loud like I did, use an app, make tally marks in a notebook, or use some other tool to help you keep track. So there you have it, that's how to do a chain. Now let's do it all together with the slip knot. So on a crochet pattern, you will see something like CH10, chain 10 as the first step. So to do this, you will create your slip knot, and then chain 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that's it. You've completed the first step in crocheting. In the next lesson, we will cover how to do a single crochet, which is SC in US terms, which you will use to crochet into a chain like this. Remember, all of these lessons are saved into a playlist on my channel called Crochet Basics for Absolute Beginners. Make sure to subscribe and save that playlist for easy reference in the future. And if you like these videos, turn on notifications so you can be notified of new crochet patterns and tutorials. Hope you find this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!